too have deserted Reginald and sworn allegiance to his rival, and all, forsooth, because he has glanced with passing favor on a puling milkmaid. Fools, of that fancy he will soon weary, and then I, who alone am faithful to him, shall reap my reward. But do not dally too long, Reginald, for my charms are ripe, Reginald, and already they are decaying. Better secure me ere I have gone too far. That woman thought, who year by year sees one by one her beauties disappear. When time, grown weary of her heart-drawn sighs, impatiently begins to dim her eyes. Compelled at last in a life's uncertain gloamings to wreathe her wrinkled brow with well-saved combings, reduced with rouge, lip salve, and pearly grey. To make up for lost time, as best she may. Silvered is the raven hair, spreading is the parting straight, mortal the complexion fair, halting is the youthful gait, hollow is the laughter free, spectacle the limpid eye. Little will be left of me in the coming by and by. Little will be left of me in the coming by and by. Fading is the taper waist, shapeless grows the shapely limb, and although severely laced, spreading is the figure trim, stouter than I used to be, still more corpulent grows
Old tale. How rapturously these maidens love me, and how hopelessly. Oh, patience, patience, with the love of thee in my heart, what have I for these poor mad maidens but an unvalued pity? Alas, they will die of a hopeless love for me, as I shall die of a hopeless love for thee.
Sir, will it please you read to us?
Yes, child, if you will. And what shall I read?
One of your own poems.
One of my own poems? Better not, my child. They will not cure thee of thy love.
Mr. Bunthorne used to read us a poem of his own every day.
And to do him justice, he read them extremely well.
Oh, did he so? Well, who am I that I should take it upon myself to withhold my gifts from you? What am I but a trustee? Here's a decollete, a pure and simple thing, a very daisy. A babe might understand it. To appreciate it, it is not necessary to think of anything at all.
Let us think of nothing at all.
Gentle Jane was as good as gold. She always did as she was told. She never spoke when her mouth was full, or caught blue bottles their legs to pull, or spilt plum jam on a nice new frock, or put white mites in the 8-day clock, or vivisected her last new doll, or fostered a passion for alcohol. And when she grew up, she was given in marriage to a first-class earl who keeps his carriage. I believe I am right in saying that there is not one word in this decollete which is calculated to bring the blush of shame to the cheek of modesty.
Not one. It is purity itself.
Here's another. Teasing Tom was a very bad boy, a great big squirt with his favorite toy. He put live shrimps in his father's boots and sewed up the sleeves of his Sunday suits. He punched his poor little sisters' heads and cayenne-peppered their 4-post beds. He plastered their hair with cobbler's wax and dropped hot hay-pennies down their backs. The consequence was he was lost totally and married a girl.
Yes?
In the Cour des Ballets.
Marked you how grandly, how relentlessly, the damning catalogue of crime strode on, till retribution, like a poisoned hawk, came swooping down upon the wrongdoer. Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, sir, you are indeed a true poet, for you touch our hearts, and they go out to you.
This is simply cloying. Ladies, I am sorry to appear ungallant, but this is Thursday, and you've been following me about ever since Shabbos. I would like the usual half-holiday. I should take it as a personal favor if you would allow me to close early today.
Please, sir, do not send us from you.
Poor girls. It is best to speak plainly. I know that I am loved by you, but I can never love you in return, for my heart's fixed elsewhere. Remember the fable of the magnet and the churn.
But we don't know the fable of the magnet and the churn.
Don't you? Then I'll sing it for you. A magnet hung in a hardware shop, and all around was a loving crop of scissors and needles, nails and knives, offering love for all their lives. But for I in the magnet felt no whim, though he charmed I and charmed not him. From needles and nails and knives he turned, for he set his love on a silver churn.
A silver churn.
A silver churn. His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took his turn. If I can needle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took his turn. If I can needle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
And iron and steel express surprise. The needles open, the well-drilled eyes. The penknives felt shut up, no doubt. The scissors declared themselves cut out. The kettles they boiled with rage, 'tis said, while every nail went off its
While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to learn, by no endeavor could magnet ever crack the silver churn.
While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to learn,
By no endeavor could magnet ever crack the silver churn.
At last they are gone. What is this mysterious fascination that I seem to exercise over all I come across? A plague on my fatal beauty, for I'm sick of conquests.
Archibald,
Patience!
I have escaped with some difficulty from my Reginald. I wanted to see you so much that I might ask if you still love me as fondly as ever.
Love you? If a devotion of a lifetime.
Hold! Unhand me or I scream! If you are a gentleman, pray remember that I am another's. But you do still love me, don't you?
Madly, hopelessly, despairingly.
That's right. I never can be yours, but that's right.
And you love this Bunthorne?
With a heart-whole ecstasy that withers and scorches and burns and stings. It is my duty.
Admirable girl. But you are not happy with him.
Happy? I am miserable beyond description.
That's right. I never can be yours, but that's right.
Oh, but go now. I see dear Reginald approaching. Farewell, Archibald. I cannot tell you how happy it has made me to know that you still love me.
If I only dared.
Sir, this language to one who is promised to another? Oh, Archibald, think of me sometimes, for my heart is breaking. He is so unkind to me, and you would be so loving.
Loving?
Advance one step, and as I am a good and pure woman, I scream. Farewell, Archibald. Stop there. Think of me sometimes. Advance at your peril! Once more. Adieu.
In a doleful train, one and one I walk all day, for I love in vain none so sorrowful as they, who can only sigh and say, woe is me, alack a day, woe is me, alack a day. And, well,
Crying, eh? What are you crying about?
I've only been thinking how dearly I love you.
Love me? Bah!
love him, bah!
Oh, don't you interfere.
He always crushes me.
What is the matter, dear Reginald? If you have any sorrow, tell it me that I may share it with you. It is my duty.
Who were you talking with just now?
With dear Archibald.
Dear Archibald. Upon my honour, this is too much.
Aye, a great deal too much.
Oh, do be quiet.
Crushed again.
I think he's the noblest, purest, and most perfect being I have ever met. Oh, but I don't love him. It is true that he is devotedly attached to me, but indeed I don't love him. Whenever he grows affectionate, I scream. It is my duty.
I dare say.
Aye, so do I. I dare say.
Why? How could I love him and love you too? You can't love two people at once.
Oh, can't you, though?
No, you can't. I only wish you could.
I don't believe you know what love is.
Yes, I do. There was a happy time once when I didn't, but a bitter experience has taught me.
Everything has gone wrong with me since that smug-faced idiot came here. Before that, I was admired. I may say loved.
Oh, too mild. Adored.
Oh, do let a poet soliloquize. The demoiselles used to follow me wherever I went. Now they all follow him.
Not all. I am still faithful to you.
Yes, and a pretty demoiselle you are.
No, not pretty. Massive. Cheer up.
Ooh.
I'll never leave you. I swear it.
Oh, thank you. I know what it is. It's his confounded mildness. They find me too highly spiced, if you please. And no doubt, I am highly spiced.
Oh, not for my taste.
No, but I am for the world. But I show the world that I can be as mild as he. If they want insipidity, they shall have it. I'll beat this fellow on his own ground and beat him on it.
You shall, and I will help you.
You will? Jane, there's a good deal of good in you after all.
So go to him and say to him with compliment ironical.
Say hey to you, good day to you, and that's what I shall say.
Your style is far too sanctified, your cut is too canonical.
Say bar to you, ha ha to you, and that's what I shall say.
I was the beau ideal of the morbid young ascetical, who that my inspiration was regarded as heretical, until you cut me out with your placidity elliptical.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say. Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing
hey!
Good day,
Good day!
ha ha,
Bar! Ha ha ha! Boo!
good day,
Ha! Boo!
and that's what you shall say.
Boo! Boo!
And that's what you shall say.
Bar! Bar! And that's what I shall say. Tell him that unless he will consent to be more jocular,
Hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
to cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular,
Sing bar to you, ha ha to you, and that's what you should say.
to stuff his conversation full of quibble and of quiddity, to dine on chops and roly-poly pudding with avidity. He better clear away with all convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing
Hey!
to you, good day to you,
Good day!
ha ha to you, sing
Bar! Ha ha ha!
Sing
Boo!
good day to you,
Boo
sing
boo!
ha ha to you, sing
Bar!
and that's what you should say.
Boo! Boo!
And that's what you should say.
Bar! Bar! And that's what I shall say. I'll tell him that unless he will consent to be more jocular,
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
to cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular,
Sing bar to you, ha ha to you, and that's what you should say.
to stuff his conversation full of quibble and of quiddity, to dine on chops and roly-poly pudding with avidity. He better clean away with all convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing
Hey!
to you, good day to you,
Good day!
ha ha to you, sing
Bar!
good day to you,
Ha ha ha!
hey
Boo!
good day to you, sing
Bar!
ha ha to you, sing
Boo!
and that's what you should say.
Boo! Boo!
And that's what you should say.
Bar! Bar! And that's what I shall say.
It's clear that medieval art alone retains its zest. To charm and please its devotees, we've done our little best. We're not quite sure if all we do has the early English ring, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. We venture to expect that what we recollect, though but a part of true high art, will have its true effect. If this is not completely right, we hope you won't upbraid. You can't get high aesthetic taste like trousers ready-made. True views on medievalism time alone will bring, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. To cultivate the trim rigidity of limb, you ought to get a marionette and form your style on him.
Yes, it's quite clear that our only chance of making a lasting impression on these young ladies is to become as aesthetic as they are.
No doubt. The only question is how far we've succeeded in doing so. I don't know why, but I can't help thinking that this is not quite right.
I don't like it. I never did. I don't see what it means. I do it, but I don't like it.
My good friend, the question is not whether we like it, but whether they do. They understand these things, we don't. And I shouldn't be surprised if this were effective enough at a distance.
I can't help thinking we're a little stiff at it. It would be extremely awkward if we were to be struck so.
Oh, I don't think we shall be struck so. Perhaps we're a little awkward at first, but everything must have a beginning. Oh, here they come. Attention!
Oh, Saphir, see! The immortal fire has descended on them, and they are of the inner brotherhood, perceptibly intense and consummately utter.
How Botticellian! How Fra Angelican! Oh, art, we thank thee for this boon!
I'm afraid we're not quite right.
Not supremely, perhaps, but oh so all but. Oh, Saphir, are they not quite too all but?
Indeed, they are jolly utter.
I wonder what the inner brotherhood usually recommend for cramp.
Ladies, we will not deceive you. We are doing this at some personal inconvenience, with a view of expressing the extremity of our devotion to you. We trust that it is not without its effect.
We will not deny that we are much moved by this proof of your attachment.
Yes, your conversion to the principles of aesthetic art in its highest development has touched us deeply.
And if Mr. Grosvenor should remain obdurate,
which we have every reason to believe he will.
Oh, I wish they'd make haste.
We are not prepared to say that our yearning hearts will not go out to you.
By sections of 3, rapture!
Oh, it's extremely good! For beginners, it's admirable.
The only question is, who will take whom?
Oh, the Duke chooses first, as a matter of course.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. You are really too good.
And nothing of the kind. You are a great matrimonial fish, and it is only fair that each of these ladies has a chance of hooking you.
Won't it be rather awkward?
Awkward? Not at all. It's perfectly simple. Observe. Suppose you choose Angela, I take Saphir, Major takes nobody. Suppose you choose Saphir, Major takes Angela, I choose nobody. Suppose you choose nobody, I take Angela, Major takes Saphir. Clear as day.
If Saphir I choose to marry, I shall be fit for life. Then the Carolina tarry, Angela can be his wife.
In that case, unprecedented single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with their heart and sympathy.
He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. In the case of unprecedented single, he will live and die. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy.
If on Angie I determine at my wedding she'll appear, let the diamond and ermine Major then can take Saphir.
In the case of precedented single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heart and sympathy.
He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. In the case of precedented single, he must live and die. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy.
After some debate internal, if on either I decide, Saphir can take the Colonel, Angie be the Major's bride. In the case of precedented single, I must live and die. I shall have to be contented with their heartfelt sympathy.
He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. In the case of precedented single, he must live and die. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy.
It is very pleasant to be alone. It is pleasant to be able to gaze at leisure upon all those features which all others may gaze upon at their good will. I am a very narcissist.
It's no use. I can't live without admiration. Since Grosvenor came here, insipidity has been at a premium. He is there.
Bunthorne, come here, look. Very graceful, isn't it?
Allow me, I haven't seen it. Oh, yes. It is graceful.
Good gracious, not that. This.
Oh, you don't mean that! Bah! I'm in no mood for trifling.
And what is amiss?
Oh, since you came here, you've entirely monopolized the attentions of the young ladies. I don't like it, sir.
My dear sir, how can I help it? They are the plague of my life. My dear Mr. Bunthorne, with your personal disadvantages, you can have no idea of the inconvenience of being madly loved at first sight by every woman you meet.
Sir, until you came here, I was adored.
Exactly, until I came here. That's my grievance. I cut everybody out. I assure you, if you could only suggest some means whereby, consistently with my duty to society, I could escape these inconvenient attentions, you would earn my everlasting gratitude.
I will do so at once. However popular it may be with the world at large, your personal appearance is highly objectionable to me.
It is? Oh, thank you. Thank you. How can I express my gratitude?
By making a complete change at once. Your conversation must henceforth be perfectly matter-of-fact. You must cut your hair and have a back parting.
Beg your pardon?
A back parting, sir. In costume and appearance, you must be absolutely commonplace.
No, pardon me, that's impossible.
Oh, take care. When I am thwarted, I am very terrible.
I can't help that. I am a man with a mission, and that mission must be fulfilled.
I don't think you quite appreciate the consequences of thwarting me.
I don't care what they are.
Suppose, and I won't go so far as to say that I will do it, but suppose for a moment that I were to curse you. Very good. Take care.
But surely you would never do that.
I don't know. It would be an extreme measure, no doubt. Still.
But you would never do it. Surely you would not. Reflect. You had a mother once.
Never!
Then you had an aunt? Oh, I see that you had. By the memory of that aunt, I implore you to pause ere you resort to this last fearful experience. Mr. Bunthorne, reflect!
I must not myself be unmanned. It is useless. Accept at once, or may a nephew's curse...
Hold! Are you absolutely resolved?
Absolutely.
Will nothing shake you?
Nothing. I am adamant.
Very good, then I yield.
You what?
I yield.
You swear it?
I do, cheerfully. I have long wished for a reasonable pretext for such a change as you suggest. It has come at last. I do it on compulsion.
Victory! I triumph! When I go out of door, of damsels a score, or sighing and burning and clinging and yearning will follow me as before. I shall with culture taste distinguish gems from paste, and hiding it ill will rank as a little if I pronounce it chaste. A most intense young man, a soulful-eyed young man, an ultra-poetical, super-aesthetical, out-of-the-way young man.
Conceive me if you can, an everyday young man, a commonplace type with a stick in the pipe and a harper black and tan, who thinks suburban hops more fun than Monday pops, who's fond of his dinner and doesn't get dinner on bottled beer and chops. A commonplace young man, a matter-of-fact young man, a steady and solidly jolly big holiday everyday young man.
A Japanese young man, a blue and white young man, Francesca di Rimini, Mimini, Pimini, je ne sais quoi young man.
A Chancery Lane young man, a Somerset House young man, a very delectable, highly respectable, threepenny bus young man.
A Paladin thing young man, a Haggard and Lank young man, a Greenery, Gallery, Grove and a gallery, foot in the grave young man.
A Sewell and Cross young man, a Howell and James young man, a Pushing young particle, what's the next article, Waterloo House young man. Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an alphabetical, arithmetical, everyday young man. Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an alphabetical, arithmetical, everyday young man.
It is all right. It is all right. I have committed my last act of ill nature, and henceforth I'm a changed character.
Dancing. And what in the world is the matter with you?
Oh, Patience, I'm a changed man. Hitherto I've been gloomy, moody, fitful, uncertain in temper, and selfish in disposition.
You have indeed.
All that is changed. I have reformed. I've modelled myself on Mr. Grosvenor. Henceforth I shall be mildly cheerful. My conversation will blend amusement with instruction. I shall still be aesthetic, but my aestheticism shall be of the most pastoral kind.
Oh, Reginald, is all this true?
Oh, quite true. Observe how amiable I am.
But, Reginald, how long will this last?
With occasional intervals for rest and refreshment, as long as I do.
Oh, Reginald, I'm so happy. Oh, dear Reginald, I cannot tell you the joy I feel at this change. It'll no longer be a duty to love you, but a pleasure, a rapture, an ecstasy
ecstasy!
My darling!
But oh, Aura,
What's the matter?
is it quite certain that you have absolutely reformed? That you are henceforth a perfect being utterly free from defect of any kind?
Quite certain, I've sworn it.
Then I never can be yours.
Why not?
Love to be pure must be absolutely unselfish. And there can be nothing unselfish in loving so perfect a being as you have now become.
But stop a bit. I don't want to change. I'll reform. I'll be as I was before. Oh, interrupted!
I'm a Waterloo house, young man. I still really cross, young man. I steady and solidly, jolly bank holiday every day, young man.
With smiles and wells and girls, we're Madame Louise and girls. We're prettily pottering, cheerily chattering every day, young girls.
Angela, Ella, Saphir, what does this mean?
It means that Archibald the All-Right cannot be all-wrong, and if the All-Right chooses to discard aestheticism, it proves that aestheticism ought to be discarded.
Oh, Archibald, I'm shocked, surprised, horrified.
I can't help it. I'm not a free agent. I do it on compulsion.
Oh, this is terrible. Go, I'll never set eyes on you again.
Oh, I say.
But oh, joy!
What's the matter?
Is it quite certain that you will always be a commonplace young man?
Always. I've sworn it.
Why, then there's nothing to prevent my loving you with all the fervour at my command.
Why, that's true.
My Archibald.
My patience.
Crushed again!
Cheer up.
Oh!
I'm still here. I've never left you, and I never will.
Thank you, Jane. After all, there is no denying it. You're a fine figure of a woman!
My Reginald.
My Jane!
Ladies, the Duke has at length determined to select a bride.
Oh.
I have a great gift to bestow. Approach such of you as are truly lovely.
Oh, yes.
In personal appearance, you have all that is necessary to make a woman happy. In common fairness, I think I ought to choose the only one among you who has the misfortune to be distinctly plain.
Oh.
Jane!
Duke!
Oh! Crushed again!
After much debate internal, I on Lady Jane decide. Saphir may take the colonel, and she be the major's bride.
In that case, I'm president and single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a tulip or lie.
He will have to be contented with a tulip or a lie. In that case, the president is single, he must live and die. He will have to be contented with a tulip or a lie. Greatly pleased with one another till get married we decide. Each of us will wed the other, nobody.
Good afternoon and good Shabbos, ladies and gentlemen and others. Thank you so much for joining us today on our final closing performance of Gilbert and Sullivan's Patience. If you will just indulge us for a few minutes more and give us some of your patience, we will commence with our traditional Thanksgiving for the end of for traditional closing nights, or in this case, closing afternoons.
We hope you enjoyed our performance today, half as much as we enjoyed performing for you. Of course, none of this would have been possible if not for the very special people behind the scenes, which we now wish to acknowledge.
So, if you can please hold your applause till the end so that we can get you all home as quickly as possible. And us. And please give us a big round of applause at the very end to our incredible people. So, first on our list, it's a short one, it's not the Mikado. First on our list, we would like to thank our mic people. We have Heather and David, and thank you so much for running our sound, making us sound good. Thank you. Heather, you can come out.
All of the costume changes and a lot more help from Jeremy backstage.
Thank you. We also had tonight, we had a different lighting team tonight. We had Roy Schaffer. Thank you so much for handling today the lighting. Thank you. We also wanted to thank Hanan. Are you here? For making us look so beautiful. She's our makeup mistress. Thank you, Hanan. We would not have you right in front of us if it wasn't for the efforts and the hard work of our wonderful PR expert, who is our beloved Susan Fisher. Thank you so much. All the posts, all the PR, everything you see is Susan, so thank you so much, Susan.
Ida, our props mistress,
Yay!
was with us the whole time.
Ellie Slater, who keeps us in line, our stage manager backstage.
Brian, our photographer.
Thank you. Our lighting designers, Aryeh and Zev Kaufman. Thank you so much.
Our dance captain, Nina Stern. Wherever, come on up.
The beautiful scenery that you see before you is none other than the amazing Roxanne Goodkin-Levy.
Our amazing choreographer, Batya.
And of course, our beloved musical director and the amazing orchestra. Thank you so much. Paul Salter, ladies and gentlemen.
And last but not least, Robert Binder, our director.
If we've forgotten any names, please forgive us, but we're anxious to pack up and get home. This has been the most wonderful company to work with, everybody, from the cast, backstage, all the way through, and most importantly, to have an audience like you has made it all very, very worthwhile. So thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Culture. We'll see you next time.
In that case I'm president in single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a truly poorly lie.
We will have to be